Now let's look at witch dream. Abusia, when they say witch dream, I hear patricing. When I started spiritual hour, no, I decided to take my viewers into a deeper side of me. Into ube who say, me yet say me back raw. Me ankasa me started you know. People didn't even know say na me impo me ye adwuma bi because me putting me home aside. Because na nye no na parity no na person knowledge ni get it through to all of us inti na me started ya this platform went through process and solid bone shine e begina ho na eye we ya started from baby ani pane doso ho na na ye nyini ya na ya bedru baby ya bedru. When I started spiritual hour no na madwene ni say me ba raw amobi ehu say de tie ana say de ametie. Enti ube hu say spiritual hour setup no na eye dark room studio ho no na eye dark da so ho studio no na eye black, everything there was black and na me what spiritual elements, particular light, raising frequencies ne vibrations and na me what a special table wa wunnim de na hu e ho no na tarot cards ni reading ni ade ni na ho na ekoso e wo ho no mo nti me set me ho up. And na me dress so me dress in my element. You will see pearls on my face. Mo share old ones in ibino. But I came to realize that not the public ain't ready for me. Enti me decided say mama me come kakra. That was when I started talking about ayahuasca, started talking about essential oils, started talking about crystals, started talking about coppers, elements, and metals. And when I started spiritual hour because not me about raw. But I came to realize, I had to say, nah, it's either the system was not ready for me, the people were not ready to receive that part of me, and I also say, na ebinumu distorted the energies I was giving out because I was gonna start to say mommy problems pa. So I decided to get back and untino because I didn't want to kill that vision no and a ja studio no so the studio is still there but I have told you say this year no I feel way afi ye be room and we will get there. When people say yeah the theory is enough we want practicals I laugh yeah misre because unimuntia sanka unima anka won trust ade nimpo ewa ha. Initially I didn't want to broadcast the content of spiritual hour to the masses na me baby na me ba no na me ba raw nti na enya ade na obi nti me ye announcement before I started spiritual hour na me can multiple times say wonye macho ampa wo chow men hwetro ni bi but I realized that I can't also leave anybody behind because yeah pick na ye grow kono the first obetumi abe last so ebetumi abe first. I wanted to make it an exclusive content to only a selected few. Obi enim sade we tina me ya announcement say na wonye we but me be hu say I am not for a particular people. And yes, I always sika udi betue nti na obetumi etie me and na obetumi esua every me wa na say impact bi betumi aba wo ho baby awo nti I'm like okay mama reduce no na yen grow just like we started na ye grow ya ba bedru say no mama reduce no. How do I reduce that? When I leave the darkness and leave some of the elements, no, I am able to control the conversation and I movie spiritual one here the bar officer ti wa wo hwe bia asase ni bia wonim se na nya officer anya studio. This is the office where I have my consultations. Now ahanomo so you see all these crystals and elements na wa no just so that when you enter you will be charged and negative auras ni nyina so ebe free wo. When you look at the walls na wa hanom na wutena se wa hanom me ne wo kasa ni nyina enye kasa keke na afen so no na wo dreams no hwa walls no huni amesense ho na e correct wo dreams no so na e revival. That is what we do here. Into your movie spiritual hour ediba officer the studio is still there. Sooner or later no we will get into that studio again because when you look at the platform you can now say for sure say your boat no settle ye betimi epie efrimu. Wo share platform na wo betimi hu say now no we've gotten to a point ya empty a lot of things any energy ever drop and we are able to drive it in our control, not in any energies control or no beba be control ye no abekere de but we will control those energies for our good. Enti sesie no baby ayedu ne de ye hu se betimi ebiem maka cho say this year de this year ebia sooner or later we will just have to shift from here and get back to the darker studio. The main point was that I came out to show myself and people couldn't take it. Don't think that me feel say na me sundodo because and American ayahuasca started giving problems. Because there is nothing nice in you getting closer to me. So, oh man, who can say any say, and I want to. Why not? Nipe Wagana had also over 30 million people. Mimiti a woman me 1 million people say me control power. One share me. I don't even want to put myself in that stress. So we are open to talk to anybody, to add up to anybody, so we grow together. Now, unfortunately, no say and yes sir, and a work room ha. Intino na mi hu say. Na nkrofo ye videos Maame me jai Jesus na me so mboba any de keke ka huni all that. So I'm like, okay, it's not that I was scared of anybody. I'm never scared of anybody because me subscribing enche bibi asio the crown betumi eat me up obema memra na me butu obe eat me up. No, that's why I'm not scared of anybody. Anything I me no I get into myself. Me catch last week and say and a miracle, no wonders, any magic be a force open AC. Into means I'm not under anything. Into I'm not restricted. The reason there is nothing like fear in me. How can they take it with my deep, dark spiritual expression? Because baby, na meeting na me yenokrane a problem. And out of darkness, people were not getting the message because I was putting all the symbols around me for people to understand what spirituality is, but not a problem. So it was too much for the minds of certain people, and you'll be about certain people, because to them a dark spirituality is bad, but white spirituality is good to some of us. Just because it was in a darker studio with all the dark symbols and the setup was proper setup for dark spirituality, no. Almost and then you said that was where I was displaying all kinds of metals and, like I said, energy, airports, and then sage in this manina. It was going on. Not the studio was set in darkness with a lot of smoke. So what is called life, you will understand smoke. And if you understand smoke in a darker place, with certain lighter, ebi ye kosia, ebi ye nsatom say ni adea. If you understand, that is when you will understand what I was saying. What one share old spiritual wani be pain no. Ubetumi akoshe no when your vibe na make ho asem no. Then later, I realized that people cared so much about whitening spiritual experiences. Into where the any ye be for me, I've been called multiples of name, but don't worry. Where the any be for where see one quadia, then I realized that no, as a member mechika kranamentomebo. So even in etheric education, we have been programmed by color preferences. Even home samumpo no onipamfa nanihu. The unseen is simply darkness. Oh, you have to understand. A sumbana de dawa inti bibia esi nipe huno is means darkness. Into when they say etheric no to me who I just a wafatan ne obi mu akopie bottom e ho na light no and sana obeti spirituality ase. Enti u ka say etheric thing crap no what colorizing no mean to me nte wase. Inti no na afedie omo ama ne preferences say white ne black ne ade inti na say me ba mechi. So we have dark and white spirituality. Africans. Say baby edu no. You were dark and white. You were black and white spirituality. The popular saying started cutting across with many women spiritual followers calling themselves white witches. Nti say we are white witch there, we are papa. Maame Grace osisum na se na de bi o che tuntum de o ye boni. Is it lack of knowledge or is something that is there. But like I'm asking, if a wohonoma etherically honomo, etheric word, no why na kala nyama e wohonomo. And when I maybe say me the platform is open. You can come and have a conversation with us. So we will deeper insight. So let's ask ourselves, what or who is a white witch? A question I want to leave for you. Who is a white witch and who is a dark witch? You can write it there. Per the cosmogonical and religious traditions, a white witch is supposed to be a good witch. Sa no mo patre se meka cosmogonical na kire say branches a wo sunsun samu astrology wo cosmology wo bibia wo ni bia. It is believed said you no practice white one no or your papa na you practice dark one no your papa nti yenya ye wo bibi wa ye ka dark rituals, white rituals, D&D rituals ye ade a ye de ewure bibia mu enu nti na me pese nde no yenye sa theory we na ye nyina ye mfa ye ni ento fom ne ye hwa ade because one niyama ekum ye na etwa yeti no ma ye yira no ye say ye bibi papa bi hu dede ba ya ntwe ni ye bibi papa na ye ni dede no sade aso ye nan ni twa ye nan a bibi papa na ye claim say ye hu dede ni betumi de ate yeti enu nti na niyama we no we take our time to address them e de na ema white witch ye papa na black witch ye bone who made it so. As ridiculous as it sounds, we have been programmed into spiritual colorization so much that people proudly call themselves white witches. Because who say white no. Tina make us say spirituality is become cancerous. Regrouping or rebranding. Say ye free bibi ma ni ejinawa because so Christo ni feel say God ye white na brunsam ye black. Now one so for say we ye white witch we ye papa na black witch no ye papa. What's the difference? What's the essence? Enti nkrofo hu omo proudly say omo ye white witches and sell services of healing, casting of good spells according to them, white magic and good luck spells and no ye papa. So me pese me bisa say e den na man no ye papa e den na spell bi ye papa na ma spell bi ye bone eno na ye question na me pese ye nyina ye dwene ho no enti nkrofo we a omo frɛ omo ho se omo ye white witches na omo practice white witchcraft no omo wo bibi omo practice ampa na are they really casting anything or they are being used we na me pese ye nyina ye nwe ho. Therefore Africans have taken it upon themselves to brand themselves as white magicians, spiritualists, or white witches and wizards, because obibini aje atu say or your white witcher papa or your white wizard papa but or your black witch no your black wizard on your papa and your honam na wutim ni so na ko nipa anya hwe kra anka nya ade a eni ni din ne wo honam se e na anka wutinam ana wo practice na wo black man wo the white witch ne white magic wo the yeden wo se black witch na ye wo hon ene wo hon ni udin se no eno de enye papa your biggest problem. So we have liars, fraudsters, thieves, murderers, and all sorts of wicked people parading themselves as white witches. So we kona hobon sebe mu fancha me eho enhwamo sebio ni sebio efi wo ho edienyo the fact that it is white papa. Because no matter what they do, as soon as they label themselves as white witches, the people will forever follow them because omo no mo ye papa. Inti we obi ade bia wo hye black atade kora na che se ye question wo. Nanso obi wu no mo kogya no kwan de a no mo hye black. Ye wu obi momu a na ye de white and na papa kremoni ne be kan. Therefore, I sit behind my cameras in my dark art costume and fully armed in my witchcraft accoutrement, just like you are seeing me, and will always be seen as the daughter of Lucifer, or the girlfriend of Lucifer, or the mother of Lucifer, or Alomo Jata of Lucifer, or the Lucifer himself. Just because I dress in a way, because yama ya hu bibia wo wi asese eye cinematic eye drama. Inti ye di ye ni na hwe niama na ya judge. Say where you say, is it supposed to be like that? Is it supposed to be like that? Ebusuafo, I hate to say this, but there is nothing like a white witch. Yes, I'm not saying this like I said me hangy ho, like me name you Lucifer and I make a troll. Witchcraft has no color. No. It's either you are a witch or not. And that's a obey that energy, and I will need be simple. Stop coloring these things. It's as simple as that. Me and I me ye obi obeka tro free na koso ye white witch bia has nothing. Me na make. And before we finish, whoever feels he wants to come and talk about this can come and talk about it. Now we have a smaller studio. Wow, for say bibi ameka wa ha. O pesa wo be address it, but o pesa on Maame Grace better now no baby say bisa question. Just call us. We will set we be set a camera amount. Near the what to ho. Now what address say Maame Grace say. Obi obeka so ye white witch bia no oni hye. Ai, enti me pese me be explain. Na wo nko wa explain. Me ne won tena ho na ma bisa question say if you feel so you don't want me to ask you question. If you feel so you want to come to revelations na ye mienu ne se ye ntena ho na ye dialogue na me bisa questions it's also allowed. Se ne ye pese ye bie mu ama bibia restrict obi for bringing the knowledge on this platform, and it is for free. Uba ye be roli Black Magic Pro 6K ye de si usu free ye be so 4 5 kala bia number bia ope ye be so asi usu na ya ma akonwa partner mu ye de what na ba bi papa en found to ten tokura bi achi na waka ne a wo pese wo kan nyina no so wo ho nti sese ye de wo pese wo be fa me episodes no na wo go through eno so wo ho ya ye ne broad said dia de obi apese o ye bia obeye. If it is about knowledge and it is about awakening na enye business nko ade you should be able to do this for the public. Ti ano na maka kire no so bia ka kire so ye white witch ka kire nsama Maame Grace so wuni hwe sa ne ma na ye de ahyehye ya adwene mu no so reyen. Parents, you have to be concerned about this editorial because your young daughters are fascinated by this white witch programming. And one day, if you don't educate them properly, they may fall into new age spiritual scams. Adia ba ko amesrem aso obi oye okonfo ana bosumfo bi ATM ombra number educating we dey me ne public 0244860092. I'm not going to get into that, but me po obi a oye bosumfo ana oye okonfo wa bosum ana mo friend say suman tuma no kra me hu difference no mo am wo bi no pamocha mombra na ye educate ye ho hwe se ye ka se obi akofa Allah ana wakofa Yahweh eno nkyere se Yahweh pe na ewo ho eno nti na Bible mpo ka se ensum nyame foforo bi enka me ho so se ensum nyame foforo bi enka me ho a na kyere se nyame foforo bi wo ho nti enyame ne dooso but a choice for you to pick one. Dia wo befa no wo fa Maame Grace a wa fa Maame Grace me nka se befa me o me kyerese me ma fa me nyame etimi mu na me de ye adwuma no eno na me de ye adwuma nti na me nko subscribe to anything there will be conflict ba ko bedi ba ko so nti na wo kofa ba ko a osede a wa fa no ensom foforo bi emfa nka ho na kyerese Bible o Quran o bibia gitum se there are other gods. But the choice you make and some nyame foforo bi enka me ho no, that was Yahweh talking to Israelites. And it's ofa Yahweh, it is cool. Want me fa foforo nka ho. That is the law. Until question na me say me bi say and then say adenti na akonfo ana abosomfo no nipa ba ko to me wo bosom difference be ye 50. Until who is superior? Because it doesn't work like that cosmically. Until we need education about it. So we call baby no go wana hebio so wo na hebio so nko na wo ho. E no nkyere se no nko na wo the whole Volta region or woni domain or woni territory. The cosmic itself no respects laws. Enti me be say ba ne say ana wo bosomfo ba ako wo wa akonodi wo tigali wo way how does it work? How do they operate? It's a question of me bisa. I would be glad if you are conform na betimi aba abekyerekere ye mu a ye de ye nka ase mo obi enye ne ope na mom nia me kan say ade a wo ye no say wo say ewura we na wotete atete ne brutal ye de wotena wo ne ye bisa wo ho question na total information for us to know say wotete akoma wonim say wotete akoma no so tete in grand style ye mpese nna no na wo ye say ochena na wo ye say ade ye chena wo ye say you grow on what you started with. You don't grow out of what you started with and become many things. It means you are not you can turn into anything. And when I bisa say bra na woni yen meche. Nti say wo ye bosomfo a wo hwe me a maybe you can come and tell us why you have plenty of nsuman a woni omugu honomo no. Ai na afi yetumi asua de afiri won so wo honomo. Nti mu abatan na Moon to mean and from man international one cassa wooching into Ubasu chinya, obey den. Nadia who me say Maame no kura bechin de ba no dane dem kura koto problem because he doesn't want to listen. Onji di hundi onim se bibia wonimu. Eya na ye said ye hu wo social media no na ye ade wo some people are doing worse things but omo ye in total scammers. Into omo kura omo de omo mbo de wuro. Omo mbo dewuro but omo ye serious and brutal things ti yete a ne yakoye bi ye be soma akọ ne ya gather information ni nyina egu ho ai ye che spiritual GP ne yete ya ne ye ho spiritual nurse se me ka cho me na me ye spiritual minister of tourism nti no no so ya ba from kakra because na we don't want to we do the do. We will swim in rivers and sink. We don't swim. I will see no more ayebe float you. Why? Because the sea has salt. Into udam wa ube floaty. But na river ne any salt into tomu and I will sink. That is where we swim. That is where we play. Into no any competition. We don't want to suffer to be relevant. No. We are too clean and too good and too nice. Inti nkrofo ye niama. Inti di America ina ne so oba tan biara. Fa wo batena ho na ma oba ne hu ne ho se onje ne hundi, onje ne nsandi, onje tumi ewo ni mu no, endi no onye ne hu adwuma. Enye sa girls no. Omo ni omo de da sa. I know that no kra de minim where it is coming from. White Witch is a cinematic characterization. It is just book and animations writers who are categorizing their characters as good and bad. And no ye fresh a White Witch. And ye to me be a wo baby. Wohu. If you want to practice the White Witch now, almost setting that White Witch thing up no. Now what intentions of selling books and stuff. And if you say you are a white witch, tell us exactly what you are selling so we come and buy it. That makes you at least a clean paper witch. There is nothing in you. But what are the apana? What me aye bibi just to what brandy bibi? Our person what they sell it is so cool. So tell us exactly what you are selling. And this year, person better be and better be ye because I say we need me and the way you say now so like you don't know what you are doing. She obie ni wa ye be judge obi because of the ayo uye mistake na bibi to wa obi anya obi ahwe sebe uye mistake na akonu bibi na wuwu enne ba bia ni wa ye de wo be onipa ne be kwa onu so be wubi no wubi mpo a enkanse wuwu na wawu no nti just be careful. This is what I'm talking about. We are discussing White Witch na me ma o categories na mama wehu nia eye wo se we ye ene we nye no enye color na ye determine spirituality nankasa ye nature ye natural e won color and that is dark. The reason it is unknown. Anything a wu nim no ya de a wu na se wu hu darkness nim na wu ade wo ma you should understand say it is the unknown. That is where power is. Nti da ben na fe de witchcraft be blue, green, yellow colors. Disco ne yewana inti nkrofo we no I develop your cinematic idea almost say the show good characters any bad characters and they developed these characters and it has eaten into movies and now into religion and am chire obi no nyankopon ye papa bronsam ye boni color we ye papa color we ye boni the same thing amodi about spirituality ni mu no European writers developed the theory of white witches to sell books and fantasy movies. It is a white witch. Just go straight to the point and let us know what you are selling. If you watch a Hollywood movie and you believe that witchcraft has colors or color, you don't deserve to call yourself a spiritual follower. You are a movie fan. It is simple. So what wapa na wugidi say beye ewo colors. Now what the way I be describing no beye na anyen and so language barrier and I would explain colors. It doesn't make sense to me. Inti wodie can wodie no problems, but come and educate us. We are looking for the truth, and it's not in anybody, it's in all of us. Until we put bit and bit together, now you are getting to the destination. You know what we are doing here? We are preaching yourself to you. We are preaching consciousness. I mean, pure consciousness. And we are preaching liberation and ascension to you and your individual affair. The reason I always tell you that anything you pick from here, the one that resonates with you, the end resonating with you, trash it. Maybe it's for somebody else. We are not the same. We've done this already. And it's a white witch, you are just a brand that will turn dear. But pain is say, young Africans, we take the name, but we don't know what we are selling because we don't understand. Obia kabi, no be so kabi. Recently, you decided say you buy Monitania maybe with social media. So apparently, people are watching foreign platforms. Enti almost share platforms no wo no mu ni trendy and almost afa no mo de that is so cool. That is what we are doing. We are not disputing, and now you can't say they are wo ye no, and yet the point is go straight to the point. Ma ye hu ade ko a wo ye. Who you movie fan when you call yourself a white witch? Minim ni enti a eye wo say ye bibi ana like minim where to place you. Now, let me justify why I think the theory of white witch is non-spiritual. The entire me didi say obi cancer or your white witch only bibia sunsum. I mean, when I say sunsum, nipa bia wo sunsum abuampo wo sabi e wo sunsum e wo nimu. Inti nyesa oni sunsum but set sunsum nimu tumi no ayede ye niama no oni bi. The entire me feel sa. In spirituality, everything is dark because e yade a wonfa wani hu. In physicality, everything is light. So what I say, the two don't get confused about. In spirituality, everything is dark. And in physicality, no, everything is light. Existing with this physical world, no, you can see it and touch it. I want you to understand that there is no white in spirituality. It is a dark realm. Pam. Eno ano no eno ti na enye ni bia ene behu no mate ase Jesus oso obepie wo mepo netifi wo na eniwe nyina behu oye physical asem na wo ka no so what mase but spirituality the eyade a your ability to animate and control this dark realm is what you are learning, not to go see white. So when we ade no adie bia ewo asase so no obi nim until you get into the dark until na wu nim wo besua na wehu na wo de abaha. Until spirituality is not light. Tina me say so wo betumi afro bofo abetna ha na wakasa se de aye kasa ya me say 100,000 brana ye ntwe na the whole world nhwe bi. Enunti na wo usua enunti ne ye kasa bebre we no se de wo mu no ewo ho, but because aye dark esie ehinta na wo nim so a wo ye ignorant about it. Enunti ne ye kasa to obo ase ne tie de aye keka kire na wura wumu na ko na bibia ewo. Not to go see white. Ukokwa huhumu a onkoto colors say egu ho na ope white a ope green. White, blue, ni whatever. The carnal realm is the light realm. And when bibia do weni behu ni pefe. This is where physicality is manifested. Na die si wo ho ansa na physicality na manifest no. Eno enya de obi ehu until say beba ha. Umfa weni kofe ehu. Agi obi anya ahoden no akokho akofa. No de abaha. Emu ho no mo na me ka say me downloads. Na nkofo ka say ye download wo internet no so. Oko download wo no hu icons no de no wo. Bi say aha no bibia wa ha na ye light amumie bi say ye ho say light no efiri hi na eba. Na ade efiri hi na eba na ye ekọ hefa na esum no timi san ba no. Esum ni mu na kanea ni free ba. Enu nti na kanea ne kofo ma esum ni timi di ni su biom. Nanso so yesi esum no eye bone na me bisa sa questions we say nti sese no se esum ni nyina ye bone a ade na kanea ni dominate wo ye den ye beko na aba wo be esum ba utumi so kanea utumi hu ade esum e kanea ni ntumi stop esum no se memba biom da wo betumi aye se ma ade ensa da. So betumi aye ni sa na waba why ebinum tumi ye niama. Everything you see and do is powered by light. Ya wuhu wa ha dia e kanea na ema wuhu tie ni ye nti without kanea no na kire say dia oto dada no e da so to that is esum. Ade ni pa hwehwe bia o hwehwe e de abakanea yi mu ama nipa ehu. Sabio wachi kuro ni wanim guase epo yeah, you want it to remain in the dark. You don't want people to know. Ade bi enipa enim no darkness. If you lack knowledge about anything and interest ade ni ho is because darkness ni mu you have not an spirituality no an hunhum areas you have not been able to make it manifested ewa ha yet. Bibi a wuhu bia no bibi a obi etimi anya ahodin bia tape wo ho na ode abaha. Science will tell you that everything that exists in this physical realm is produced by the light spectrum. Mo amote brofo no mo hwe se de amike me bo a o se bibi a wuhu wa ha sei no kanea na de abaha. Now spirituality is the invisible, the non-physical aspect. Enya de a wuhu eda ho sei na waka kire me say wo chame obi sebe to me call aboso kan ekoto kotodwe obi kotodwe ase no wokọ aboso kan koto obi na ade be share obi nso no ase no wokọ ponase na wokoto obi na ode be share. Come and explain this to us. Are your problem? How did you do that? Ekwa no call ni sen. When you tell me say wokọ ho no e na wokọ negotiate ye but enya ade a wobetumi explain untumi nka mete ase ba woka kire me say wokọ nante ko ponase na wudu ponase na wuram na akofa ba physically na wokọ pam wo doctor mana ehọ na ya na too serious. When you are sick, it means your unseen chemical or energy are imbalanced. Enunti yare na start free wumu na aba abonten even accident impo start free the dark world no na aba ebinum wo they dreams obehu se asomasi ewu wa kontem me maame especially so ho dae na udidi agorade ayew so dae bi so obi akọ efuom na ye odo na ni na atwa na afiri so na nipa no ti anapa no osori ye onye obi nsoma no so omonko kantre ne se monko enti onye obi na omosoma so omonko ka na omko na omusi nipa ne kwa afuom na omunnim se de me diet ti omuso ondwane nkwa afuom omko ye no na papa na twa ne nan moda ho a oye people dreams enti nyade wakurapo no it starts from the etheric unim doctor for na nkasa omumfa omani sei ehu se wo yare ni enti na omu yi umoja eyi wo honam na omu de ato machines ni mu they are able to tell say but hom na eti wo na wo hu no reactions e no be ka kire wo say bibi chemical bi ana energy bi en balance e wo mu nti na wo ho ayehye nti na say wo be hwa abofra ne ho ayehye ne yamuhye wo be hwa na ne si na efifi eye the unseen but the reflections no na wo hu e wa ha no to bring you to balance you need to force to create that unique balance. We call this cause and effect. Bibia balance ye e wo honom no wo pese wonya na balance a you have to the same force. Inti okromfo na waba ofie no obewi ade no ono the force no de aba ho. So wo so pese wo defend wo ho a you also have to use force. Want to me kan kire ne say papa am robber. Pocha waate. Awu wi anyama na ebewi anako. You will defend yourself. No matter how feeble, me say kramayimpo Yet is obeti and in fact, but then you crawl nam hoy. On your usio. On your say, but try so the idea bob then in share. Or no so you use the same force, not the defending home. Into a yam be say Christopher say. Most say Marco Bompire said the Maya the bonnet no yankopon can ipanacoma non fan chow. That is cool. But we are now also what suma Jesus now so uncle what time for some cocoa or more. What are you doing? You see the force? Adie be a be approach you no. The way I attend what is our force now the be approach adie no. Not stability about. I have told you or we've done episode about chaos and stability. So I'm not going to go back. We've done episode about cause and effect. Inti be person bibi sasa de hin na ye bone na de na ye papa why na ye white na why na ye red. Eya kwanten krona. The force that creates or distorts balance is spiritual force. Is dark. It's unknown. Adie bi ede nyade waba ede nsensemba ne ade no. The force no is from the dark. Eye unknown. The force that attacks is dark spirituality. Force na attack obi no. Ade no kromfo kra be wiawa. On be kan tro se me be wiawa. Unnim da obeba. Yi Bible account or sit down Yankopon osoro ahenie ni beba no. Ebeba to so wifo. This is what the Bible is telling you. Ebeba to say dark. Unnim ni ewom. Niya ewom. That is what is called spirituality. The force attack no spirituality, dark spirituality. The force that defends is the same dark spirituality. So if you want to protect your house, you use force. If a thief wants to break into a house, they also use force. So which one is dark and which one is white? Say, Obi, this is why sometimes I don't really understand Bible. Or see men dear men kunipa, but Yankupon kuniba, where dear. So I am not getting the whole thing. Mean get it. The same force is used for attack and protection. Semikite tuo. No, bisu di tuo ba me so wo me dem a. Me nka se me ye white. Me ye Nyankopon nipa. Enti mi tuo ni nda ho no nipa ni bekumi. Me twi tuo ni me be defend me ho. Bi to me de ekum. Enti which one is white? Kaminjina ho no bekumi. Na me so me kun ni se nipa na mekuni. Enti which one is white and which one is black? A force na ye nyina ye use. You can only defend with an equal measure of force facing each other. And until I say love, and hate. If you don't understand spiritual language, you will think it's a joke. It's energy, it's frequency. Adia will be true at one and never. Or be anyone more deep being Sasha from. Now, the any fifi ya if you think cats ye. And I say, if brother, the other bishop will be a never. And so that is how it works. A force now the be facing the panel, and one are the be facing. Obi twa wasuma Bible said dan ye fa ho fa ka no ho no ntwa ho nka ho. Is this possible? Ha! Minia, don't sit down, work on yourself. In semni bi achia dodo. In semno e bi achia dodo. Assembly wo wotia wotumi hu se enye right. Obi in semni bi achia. Ensisi so said ya midi kanka enatie. Minia. Work on yourself. What you say? Because anytime a mature blessing is about to happen, premature blessing is there. Obey any me PSC ya. Mema rain few. Mema rain fi say nsuo beto e pete ansa to wom. Nti me nsuo na e pete no enye wo limit. Mumma yenye ye hu adwuma. Na niamma ne bie ni adane ebutu too much. Dark attacks and dark protects. So what I say? A year both. Dark infects and dark heals. Ade yare ban the same force. Ebe to me. Ade yare se ban so. Eduro no ma o ye matra makwe. Say bejo say angel. So you see the point? Because yare na aye wo no. Uni baby efiri baaye doctor no ho na wo ko no no so wasua na wahu what you say na chesa yare sane so kra ngu baby a you have to get into the dark na wafa na wo de aba. So which one is white and which one is black? Spirituality is invisible and dark. Makachro ade e wo suma se bia se Bible use dark is because we don't understand and ya conclude say ye bone. Into what na darkness mu no wa shata me ba be compound no so won say me cousin na e black. I love bibi black oh. Hey, black all the way. Aka ba ku bi a me sha aka black. In fact, me ba be diapers na cheche me ayi pad na ma cheche me ne dark black pad. The first time ever. Why spirituality feels like a joke to me? I'm sorry, how whatever you take it like that. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend anybody who is branding and doing business with white spirituality, but there is nothing like that. Be say anyhow. So we ton book am yehu. Now, I did American witchcraft. I said I'm a whole lecturer when it comes to witchcraft. I've sat in class. My senior, when I sit with this, I krom hana mi nyenya maybe. So who say me call me to come bebre me call your otena na aba me call your otena na aba what me call I go me call lecture no menya kakra na me de aba. Now mo say me I am very good when it comes to these things witchcraft. I'm telling you. There be me no mo take classroom me no mo tena classroom ni esua me hwe omo baba. I come out with flying colors anka. Sa niama we ni schools ni ade ne bebre ni Ghana ntia. Sa niama we ni schools no any ade ne say ni degree ni de keka ka ho no nka omo de kwa parliament Allah anka mapa president ho. So it's not that I'm just talking. Yes something abrofotena dem ma me lecture e wo ho so me nimni America. I'm a whole lecturer when it come to witchcraft. If we talk about this thing, say there is nothing like white witcher. Don't get angry because of your coffers. You are the same as the pastor. I've told you, that spirituality has become cancerous. Just regrouping, that is what is going on. There is nothing like white witchcraft. If you feel it's not so, the platform is open. And I have a studio, you can come and talk, even if you don't want to sit with me. You can't say anything. I know what I'm talking about. And this is not a manko pasty or way na me pasty amount. It is just a hype for movies that were started in the 18th centuries by Europeans to sell books and propagate religion. And it's a white witcher. Let us know what you are selling. It is very, very, very simple. Remember way. And your way be leave the brandings and the strategies and all the tell us what you are selling. We will buy it.